I'd argue Inter Miami without Messi is better than the Chicago Bulls without Jordan. And you being the Chicago sports
I was going to say, are you coming at me with this?
I am.
It's a hot take of yours.
But the reality is this is still a talented Inter Miami team.
Yeah.
It's not just one or two players. If they build into a rhythm, dominate possession, you're chasing shadows in a must-win game at home, you've got to be careful with that.
Jonathan Dean forward for Chicago. Cutting inside and away from Noah Allen. Dean tried to pick out Herbers, and it's broken up, but it will be a corner kick for the Fire, the first one of the match.
Well, Jonathan Dean doing a very good job of getting forward in his first year after playing 3 years with Birmingham Legion in the USL. Just taking care of the moment, being dangerous enough, cutting inside, playing the ball. Now you got a dangerous corner against the worst defending team in Major League Soccer on set pieces.
Can Chicago take advantage? Shaqiri into the middle in a dangerous spot. Still loose. And just over. Wonderful chance for the Fire. Unable to beat Drake Callender and take advantage. It will be another corner kick. It's last off Miami.
So what's going to give? The worst team defending set pieces or the worst attacking team on set pieces in the Chicago Fire? Nervy moments here. Balls deflecting all over. Drake Callender just that little touch on Chios. And how about Kramaski putting his body on the line? The playoffs on the line. Here we go. 75+ minutes. Survival at its finest.
That's a huge block from Benjamin Kramaski. A second corner for Shaqiri in Chicago. Goes short to Doumbia. Now over to Jimenez. This is not working for Chicago. Jimenez to Shaqiri. Jimenez again. Gives it away.
Bad giveaway.
Can Miami come on the counter? Joseph Martinez. Noah Allen. Busquets. Arroyo. DeAndre Yedlin. Farias. Into Taylor. Back out to DeAndre Yedlin. And again, very deliberate from Inter Miami. Farias, Kramaski, Farias gets it back. He can have a hit, and it's just wide.
This is what I've loved about Facundo Farias, because you and I saw him. He looked nervous in his few moments, giving the ball away with Lionel Messi, and then all of a sudden that game against LAFC on the road, he looked like the project and the real player that they thought was coming. He's been compared to Carlos Tevez, really grown into himself over the past couple of weeks. I just love his ability to come inside, come outside, but everything in the final third is towards the goal. Great combination play with Joseph Martinez and Farias in the final third.
I'll be happy playing in Soldier Field tonight. Beautiful night, about 75 degrees, a little bit of wind down there. When we spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, what he kept saying over and over again, it was hot in Miami. He kept commenting on the South Florida heat and humidity. It's a gorgeous night to play in Chicago, Illinois tonight on the lakefront. Kramaski trying to get on it. Doumbia does well enough to retain possession. Shaqiri over to Dean. Misplays it.
Yeah, but see those moments there from Shaqiri. That's what they need from him. They've got to find him in those pockets of space to pull Busquets out of position. Get Sergio Busquets uncomfortable. Now, I know the giveaway there is from Jonathan Dean, but Shaqiri's got to be in and around the headspace of Sergio Busquets. Get him second-guessing about his positioning, even without the ball, to pull Busquets out of position.
Just 3 goals and 5 assists this year for Xherdan Shaqiri. 31-year-old Swiss superstar, formerly of Lyon and Liverpool and Stoke, Inter Milan and Bayern Munich. has not had the impact that the Chicago Fire and Frank Klopas would have wanted. Frank Klopas was very open, talking to us about Xherdan Shaqiri. He said, I've always been honest with Shaqiri. He's a difference maker. He needs to do more. He says he would say that as well. I need more goals and assists. Frank Klopas did acknowledge he needs the help and impact of players around him, but what he said is that they need Shaqiri to help bring his teammates up, to help lift the level of everybody around him with positive energy, with motivation. He said, you've got to understand, you're not at Liverpool here. We've got good players, but we need you to help them get to a higher level. Is that a fair criticism of Xherdan Shaqiri, Taylor? Should that be in the job responsibilities, the job description, so to speak?
I think the criticism of Shaqiri is a little unfair in the sense Shaqiri's never had more than 8 goals in a calendar year. Last goal he had 7 goals. Last year he had 7 goals, 11 assists. Only one other season in his professional career did he score more than that, and that was with Stoke City. Shaqiri's a complementary piece, and if this team had a 9 that scored 15+ goals, they're in the playoffs comfortably.
They do not. The leading scorer, Kai Kamara, has just 5. Let's go down pitch side. Katie Witham with Chicago's bench.
Moments ago, I had a chance to speak with C.J. Brown, and he told me they're very pleased with what they've seen from their low block. They're staying compact. They're forcing Miami around them. He did say that Sergio Busquets dropping at times is causing them some confusion on field. They have to stay organized. He said, when we win the ball, we've got to be better with it. We need to be sharp. We need to keep possession. When we do that, we're creating opportunities.
What do you think, Taylor, of how Chicago's handled the first 21 minutes? We'll revisit that in a moment. Is this a good ball in? And Herbers can't direct it on frame.
Well, Noah Allen's got to be very careful of that back post defending. Kamal Miller giving him a little bit of an earful. Fabian Herbers has 4 goals on the air. That's the most he's ever had in a season in Major League Soccer. He did it in 2016, and a lot of times it's coming off that back post. Noah Allen's got to be careful. Wonderful ball whipped in. I think Fabian Herbers could have done better with it.
Amsberg high into the air. Miller knocks it down. Busquets. Farias under pressure, gets through the pressure. Still Farias. Robert Taylor. Yedlin making a big run forward. Yedlin back to Arroyo. Miami's been very patient. They've been very deliberate in possession. What do they need to do, or what are they looking for to find to get that moment through and challenge Chris Brady?
Well, they've had it a couple times. Farias with a combination off of Joseph Martinez, just missing wide. I thought Kramaski and Noah Allen had a couple combinations down this left side of the Inter Miami attack. But unless Chicago Fire put a ton of pressure on them, I have zero problem with the patience right now in possession. I have zero problem trying to pull players out of position. There is enough quality on the field from Inter Miami that when given the right moments, they can expose some of that space. I think the Chicago Fire bench is looking at it differently. They're worried about Sergio Busquets. I'd be more worried about the fact that Inter Miami, with no pressure on him whatsoever, is having possession 30 yards from Chris Brady.
Martinez, it's over to Allen. Allen, dangerous ball, back post, and put back in. Poked away at the last moment. Almost for Miami. Now Chicago coming quickly on the counter. Gutierrez, Koutsias in the middle. Gutierrez cutting inside and broken up by the veteran Sergei Krivtsov. Yedlin getting tricky, draws the foul.
Well, great defending from Krivtsov, but go back to that attack from Inter Miami, switching the point of attack, switching fields, playing into Joseph Martinez. Watch DeAndre Yedlin on this back post. You've got to expect the unexpected, the little things, making sure you follow through with that run. Good goalkeeping from Brady, but great anticipation from DeAndre Yedlin on that back post.
This is a big match for the Chicago Fire tonight against one of that group of 7 battling for the final 2 playoff spots in the East. Another one coming up on Saturday when Chicago hosts Charlotte, 8:30 Eastern. You can go to MLSsoccer.com/tickets, or you can watch it right here on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Charlotte was up 2-0 at Toronto today. That, with New York leading, that really puts the pressure on both of these teams tonight. Makes this match even more important. Shaqiri now. Dean coming forward at space. No look from Shaqiri. He knows the numbers that are watching tonight. Busquets. Shaqiri does enough to keep it with Chicago. Now Jimenez. Doumbia. Navarro back to Doumbia. Chance to cross. Nobody there for Chicago, but Allen concedes a corner.